Hello, beautiful creatives. So quite a few of you have asked me for an art nest update. So this is my recliner. I know that some of you in other countries didn't know what a recliner is, and it's just an armchair that you can flip the footrest up and recline back. And then I have a little lap desk. It's like a breakfast tray, and it has legs. So I can fold the legs out and put that over my lap. And then I have a bag of goodies down here that constantly changes. I'm constantly updating what I have in my bag. So I'm going to take that apart and show you what I have in that. But something else I wanted to show you that I recently got. My armchair light died recently, and the one that I had here wasn't available, and I was really sad. That's what the base looks like. So I ended up getting this different one, and it has a bendy neck, so you can bend it and turn it, but also it has a remote with preset settings, so you can adjust the light for reading, which is super bright. You can adjust it for nighttime, which is dim. There's a baby bottle there, so apparently that's feeding a baby. What is this one? Yeah, there's just all different settings. And if you don't like, this is for using a computer. If you don't actually like the particular setting, you can change the warmth or the coolness or the, dim it or brighten it. You can set a timer for 1 hour. I'll put a link to this below the video. I actually really love this lamp. I was so disappointed that I couldn't get the lamp that I wanted, but I love this one way more. I thought the remote was overkill when I unpacked it, but to be honest with you, I use the remote constantly. So let me show you what this looks like from my perspective when I am sitting in my art nest. So this is the lap tray with the legs folded out. I'm covered in dog hair, but I fold the legs out and squish them in there so that this stays really stable. I always keep a stack of my sketchbooks over on the side. And this is a painting that I did in my art nest last night. And it's just a really comfy, cozy place for me to sit. This is a painting that I did the other day. We had to take Don back up to Dartmouth Hitchcock Hospital in New Hampshire to meet with a surgeon, and it's a really long drive, and he doesn't like to go alone. I'll actually insert a clip about that here. Don had another appointment with his surgeon today at Dartmouth Hitchcock in Lebanon, New Hampshire. So we had to drive all the way up here, and he doesn't like to drive long distances alone, so I came with him, and Toshi came with him. Hey, Tosh. Hey, buddy. Hey, bud. And I decided to do some painting. It's definitely a tight space trying to work in the car, but it's a gorgeous early fall day. The grounds up here at Dartmouth are really beautiful. I have no idea how long he's going to be in his appointment, so I thought I would just play around and do a couple of autumn paintings. Kind of a fun way to spend the time. Right, Toshi? Toshi says napping is the best way to spend the time. That's what I've got so far. This was from one of Emma Carlisle's Patreons. That was quite a while ago. But, then if I have this and a painting is wet in a sketchbook, I can always grab another sketchbook. This is one that I did in my art nest. I've been doing all these they're not truly master studies. Some of them are, but I've just been inspired by certain artists lately, especially a there's a few artists that I've really been inspired by lately. So I've sort of been using their paintings as jumping off points. But anyway, so that's what I do. I keep a couple of sketchbooks over here. Let me see if I have anything new in here. This was, I think I showed you guys that one already. That was oil pastels, I think. Yeah, these, oh yeah, these are older. You saw these. This is a new one you may not have seen. Some sketches with my fountain pens. Oh yeah, I broke my thumb and did a painting of it. How silly is that? This one I love. This one was inspired by, was this one George William Giles? I think it might have been. Interesting, I didn't date it or write on there who it was inspired by, but I love this painting. I was so happy with it. I've been really loving these master studies that I've been doing. Yeah, I've been working a lot in my art nest, actually. There's a lot going on, and I've been pretty tired, so it's been a cozy place for me to work. Okay, so that's the sketchbooks. Keep a little stack of them over there. And then this is the bag. And I think the easiest way for me to show you what's in the bag is to take you into the dining room and unpack it on the dining room table. I'm going to see if I can do this handheld. I hope that I can, because I'm kind of fatigued today and I don't really feel like going up and getting a whole tripod and camera stand set up, so we'll see how it goes. So this is just some drawing utensils and a color shaper, which I use as a smudger for pastels and neocolors and gel crayons, things like that, and some other smudgers, and pencils and white chalk. So that's what's in that one. And that just fits in there. This bag is in my favorite items list on Amazon. I will try to remember to put a separate link, but if you're looking for it, it is in there. There's some napkins. Oh no, this is a porcelain palette for mixing colors. Some clips. It's got loops here. This is a plastic bag for soiled napkins and paper towels. More paper towels there. This is a pocket with some vinegar and distilled water solution for my gouache palette to prevent mold. This is drawing tools, so this is like a, I think this is harder to do one-handed than I thought. There is a viewfinder in here when I'm out plein air and I want to pick my composition. And then there's a red value finder in there too, in case I do take this out plein air. Got clips attached to hold my sketchbook open. This is the Paul Rubens, the Mi Lang set of watercolors that I just got that are great. I've been using these to mix with my gouache set because there's a lot of opaque colors in here and they just work so well. I keep a roll of paper towels. I have a bag of assorted Neocolor 2s and Luminance, Caran d'Ache Luminance colored pencils and a sharpener. This is the Swordfish sharpener. That's also in my Amazon favorite list, and it has multiple holes. It sharpens Neocolors really great, and it also sharpens, Toshi's barking. It also sharpens Luminance, and it even goes as big as Stabilos. And then in this little pouch, I've shown this, what's in here before, but I guess I'll do an update. I think it's worth opening this pouch to show you what's in here. So there's my ivory Posca that I use for correcting mistakes in my sketchbooks. There's a black Montana and a white Montana. There is one of my fountain pens, and this has diamine oxblood ink in it. This is another fountain pen that has black Noodler's waterproof black ink in it. The diamine is not waterproof. All of this is in my Amazon's favorite list. I have some Derwent ink tints, which these are so great. These are the water-soluble colored pencils. They're so great to draw with, very versatile. Some more ink tints, pencils, white, pastel, charcoal, white charcoal pencils, an eraser pencil, a Tombow Food marker. I love this marker for drawing with, I really do. A bigger eraser, a regular pencil, and a Graphy Tint water-soluble graphite pencil. So that's those items. Very versatile set of items. You can do a lot of different. And then this, I know I've showed this before, but I love this set. This is the Create-A-Color, one of their drawing sets. And I absolutely love this set for drawing. It has sepia, sanguine, white. Let's see, it's got the Nero, two Neros, the Nero number 1 extra soft and Nero 2 soft. That is such a great drawing set. And again, this is in my Amazon favorites list. So that is a very versatile pack. And then of course in that one with the Neo Colors and Luminance, I mean, a lot of different drawing that you can do with these. I have this makeup brush kit filled with my Faber-Castell watercolor pencils. And again, the makeup brush kit is in my Amazon's favorite list. All of this stuff, if you use the links in my Amazon favorites list, it helps give me a teeny tiny bit of income, but it all does add up. So yeah, if you go there to purchase these things and click those links, it does help me. But I love this makeup case holder for holding. There's pockets inside, so I sort of sort the colors out a little bit. They're kind of messed up now. Usually all the reds are over here and the yellows and browns are over here. But yeah, great set of pencils, Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, and a great little case to hold them in. This is kind of crazy trying to do this one-handed, but I should have just gone and got a tripod. Okay, and I have my gouache, my Transcend gouache palette in here. I also have a video showing you what colors I use to fill this. I have videos showing you how I maintain this. I actually have quite a few videos on that. And that is filled with mostly Senex gouache. It has some Holbein in it and maybe an M. Graham. I'm not sure, but it's mostly Senex gouache. I keep an apron in there so that I don't, especially when I'm painting, that I don't get my clothes. This is my homemade Stay Wet palette, which comes in handy. So I wet the sponge and wet the paper, and I can keep my gouache paints, when I mix colors from here on there, I can keep them. Perfect size for plein air painting or for working in your art nest, in your lap. Just an old Derwent pencil case. I taped the hole closed in the back. And I have, I believe, another pencil sharpener in here, but actually, honestly, all I've been using lately is the Swordfish one that I showed you in the bag, because I really love that Swordfish one. I keep a watertight container in there so I can fill this with water and it won't spill, and I can clean my brushes out in there. I never, ever dump my paint water when I go out plein air painting on the ground. I always carry out what I bring in. There are toxic binders and chemicals in acrylics and in gouache paints. There's just stuff that you do not want to be putting on the ground, and I really do urge you to not dump your paint water on the ground. And I already showed you that little palette. I believe this little palette is in my Amazon shop too, and I showed you that. So yeah, that fits a lot of stuff, and truthfully that is not even full. And then this flap folds up all the way and it snaps on this side so that you can actually keep it covered if you have little dogs or cats that like to get into your bags and you're going to set it on the floor. So the last thing that I have in here is my art toolkit. And this really goes everywhere with me. So many nights when I'm really fatigued where I will only take this out. And that's just all I have the energy for. So I have a couple of Derwent water brushes in here. I have a spray bottle in here so I can spray my palette down. I have a little filler syringe so that I can take water out of here when it's clean and put it into there if I need to fill that in the beginning of my session. I've got a Micron marker, one of these click erasers, a graph gear pencil. I really do love these mechanical graph gear pencils. And I have some brushes. I have another Derwent Inktense pencil. And then this is the little Art Toolkit Explorer palette. And I have a video that I did on this. And this one comes with Van Gogh paints in it. And this is how it comes set up. It comes with some Van Gogh paints in it, and then you have empty squares that you can fill in. So I filled my empty squares in with M. Graham and Daniel Smith watercolor. Fabulous little portable watercolor palette. I love that. This one is, I'll open that in a second. This is their Folio palette. And this is actually the one that I use the most now. I use this so much in my art nest. And this is dried gouache, mostly Cenex with a couple of Holbein colors. I think the white might be, I'm not sure if the white is Cenex or M. Graham, to be honest with you. I think it might be Cenex now. But I love this palette for dried gouache. It's really great. I have a video on loading that with dried gouache and the ingredient that I use to add to it to help prevent the gouache from cracking. And then I have an old M. Graham watercolor palette, which I actually haven't used much. I should go back and use it. These are stunning watercolors. I just have gotten out of the habit of using this. It's a little heavy and a little bulky, and I really like my Art Toolkit palettes so much that I don't seem to reach for this one anymore. So I'll have to make a note to myself to do that. And then in this little pouch, I have an extra container of the Holbein gouache yellow, because I go through so much yellow. I have a zinc white from M. Graham and an M. Graham titanium white tube. I buy the small tubes for my kit. I have a white gel pen that I use, and another watercolor brush, a portable watercolor brush. This one just happens to be a Princeton Aqua Elite. And then I have the little color chart for my watercolor, this little watercolor kit that I showed you. So this is the colors that I have in that kit. So this fits a lot of stuff. I can even fit my portable Stay Wet palette in here, and I can even fit this in here, underneath in here. So I can fit so much stuff in that just to grab and go with that without having to even take the whole bag with me. But the bag is really nice to keep by my side when I'm in my art nest because, you know, there's other things that I might feel like grabbing, or I might just feel like drawing and not painting. So that is my current art nest. You've seen many iterations of it over the years, but a couple of you asked to see what it looks like currently, and that is what I have in it. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my art nest. Hey guys, this is Editing Linda here, and I just wanted to pop on and say that if you are interested in any of Art Toolkit's folios, palettes, cases, I always have a link below my videos with a coupon code. There's a link that you can actually click to get a percentage off on your orders from Art Toolkit. I recently became an affiliate of theirs, so be sure you check in the video description below the video for a coupon code, a discount on Art Toolkit items. Okay, so that's what it looks like all packed up. And like I said, I can take these clips off, and then this piece comes up and over, and you can take this. And there's 3 snaps here where you can snap this cover closed, or if you have less stuff in it than I do, you can take this snap over to here and close it tighter like that. Love this bag for my art nest. I really just absolutely love it. And it fits so well by my recliner. So that is my current art nest. And there it sits so nicely by my recliner so that I can just sit there and pull up my lap tray and work. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing this little tour of my current art nest. And I hope that you are constantly evolving your own art nest and finding ways to keep creative while you are, you know, maybe not feeling well or feeling fatigued and just don't have the energy to go into your studios or your workspaces and get out a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there are times where in one of these books, I think it might have been this one, where I just sit and do contour drawings. Yeah, this was just sitting and doing contour drawings of that basket that's on my wall. I just sat here and did one after another in different color pens. And this was contour drawings of something. These were blind contour, so I was looking at something and not, oh, it was a chair. Yeah, this was a chair with a sketchbook open on it. But yeah, this was not looking at my paper, just looking at what I was, but contour drawings and blind contour drawings are such a great thing to do when you're not feeling up to quote unquote making art. These were blind contour drawings of Don. He was sitting over there on the couch. And that's a recliner too. So he was reclined back. And I just did, you know, one color on top of another of blind contour drawings. So, you know, and some sketches. I just do all kinds of different things. This was a Matisse study that I did just with pencil, I guess. Just regular graphite. I wasn't even feeling up to painting that night. This was with my fountain pen. Yeah, so that's my art nest, and that's what I've been up to in my art nest. In my Patreon group, we've been going through the exercises in this experimental drawing book. So we started out, we're 3 videos into the series of lessons. So we started out doing contour drawings, blind contour drawings. We've experimented with using different mediums for doing contour drawings. Then we went on, then I spilled my ink all over my pad. Then we went on to gesture drawings. We're transitioning from contour drawings to gesture drawings in the next couple of lessons. So this lesson is already up Yeah, so if that's something you're interested in, you can hop on over to my Patreon. Thanks to a patron of mine, you can now purchase yearly subscriptions. So you can get a 3% discount if you purchase a year of my Patreon membership. And it's a great way to support me, especially as Don is gonna be going in for a couple of different surgeries. Each time he's having surgery on both wrists and his elbow. Actually, I'll flip the camera around when I talk about this. Okay, so Don is going to be going in for 2 surgeries. He's actually having 3 surgeries, but 2 are going to be done at once. So he needs surgeries done on both wrists. So they'll be done at one at a time, and he needs surgery on one elbow. For each surgery, he's going to be out of work for 3 weeks to a month each time. So we will have none of his income coming in during that time. So ways that you guys can help support is by using the links in my Amazon favorites area, which is there's a link under all of my videos to that. And actually, once you click through on the link to my Amazon favorites shop, anything that you buy on Amazon, I think it's for like the next 18 or 24 hours, I forget, but anything that you put in your cart, I get credit for. It's a minute amount of money, but if enough people do it, it does add up. So that's one way that you can help. Thanks to a viewer, I now am offering annual memberships to my Patreon, so you can join and pay for a year in advance and not have the monthly payments. Patreon takes 2 different types of fees. So for like every $200 I make on Patreon, they take $50 or more, because the percentage goes up the more you make. They're taking actually a lot more money than I thought they were. So if that was something that a few people wanted to do, was jump on and either purchase a yearly subscription. I think it ends up being something like $58. There's a 3% discount if you purchase it for the year. Or even if you jumped on for a few months and just did the $5 a month for a few months to help us get through this time where Dawn won't be working. We're facing a really big crunch on the cottage. We have to get it heated before the freezing weather sets in. So we're trying to get it finished, the insulation, and get it heated. That's a big expense that we're facing. It's a really bad time for Dawn to be out of work. You could purchase art if you're interested in art or prints. Those are just a few of the ways that you can help. I do still have a Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, but I feel like if you were going to donate to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee, you may as well get the benefit of joining Patreon and be able to watch the videos and see the content there. So those are a few different ways that you can help us out during this time. And I am still doing my gratitude journal. I'm still going strong with that, and I hope you guys are. I've gotten so many messages from you guys that you have started a gratitude journal and that it's making a big difference for you. That blesses me so much to hear. And then possibly in next week's video, I'll talk more about these master studies that I've been doing. A master study is generally it's a painting that's done where you study a master's work who's been dead for 75 years or more. Not all of the people who I'm doing master studies of have been dead for a full 75 years, but they're in my sketchbooks and I give credit. They are all deceased. I'm not doing copies of any living artist's work, but maybe if there's interest, or maybe on Patreon, I'll do a more of an in-depth video on the artists that are really heavily inspiring me right now. I just have loved finding these artists and being so deeply inspired by their work that I feel like I'm learning so much from doing these studies or using their work as a jumping off point for my own work. It's really made some good changes in my work, I think, and helped me loosen up a bit. So I really appreciate your support. Again, the Amazon favorites link is below. I will put a link to that lamp that I just bought below the video because that is actually not in my favorites list yet. I think that's about it for this video. So thanks so much for your support. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments. This video almost wasn't. I apologize for the handheld nature of the video. Today is Friday. I'm going to try to get this video up today. So it was really last minute. I felt like I was too tired and wasn't going to get a video up, but I thought, so many of you have asked about the Art Nest. I thought that it might be a good time to do the Art Nest tour. So, Art Nest. Let's use Art Nest for the secret word. If you're still watching, I really appreciate you. If you are, type Art Nest in the comments below, and I will talk to you either on Patreon. There's 2 new videos up on Patreon this week, a painting demo and the third drawing exercise. So I will either see you on Patreon or I will talk to you in the comments here on YouTube. God bless you guys. I hope you are doing well and I hope you are making art. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.